Hi, it's Doug Holt with Author of Your Own Story, and in today's episode, we're going to revisit one of our most popular daily growth hacks. So grab your notebooks and remember, the key to success is doing the work. Let's get started. Today's topic, go make your bed. Hi, I'm Doug Holt with Author of Your Own Story, and this is your daily growth hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you up-level what we call the 5 to thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business. Now, I was talking to a client early this morning, and by anybody's outside perspective, he was an amazingly successful man. He had done all kinds of great things. He owns his own law firm. He's got an amazing family, a loving wife, and 2 beautiful young children. He's a leader in his community. He sits on civic organizations as well as sits on the board of several nonprofits. If you were looking from the outside in, you would think this guy had it all. But inside, he wasn't feeling good. He was dying inside. And that's why we were talking. You see, every day he would come home and just feel unfulfilled. Yeah, he loved seeing his kids and his wife, but inside it wasn't right for him. He wasn't achieving greatness. And one of the reasons that he reached out to me was he was like, Doug, I'm just not living the life that I want. I got one shot at this game. That was his belief system. I have one shot at this game and I want to do the best possible. And so in our conversations, we talked about it, of what his day was like. And, he gets up in the morning, goes to work early, has coffee, works out at lunch, goes through and just meetings, and at night, go home, play with the kids, maybe do some stuff for some of the civic organizations. And then he goes home, has a couple cocktails, and goes to bed. Now, pretty typical for a business owner, especially a successful business owner, right? You have that way of how do we, discharge the end of the night. But what he was feeling is he wasn't feeling accomplished. All these accomplishments he had, but he had all his to-do list was huge, and the day would go and he'd see all these bad things through his practice going on in the world and just wasn't living his life. And so I gave him one tip. Well, I gave him a lot, but one tip that I'm going to share with you. That one tip is make your bed in the morning. Now, this served me really well and has served him as also. So make your bed early in the morning. And I got this after listening to the University of Texas at Austin 2014 commencement speech. Now, that was by Admiral William H. McRaven. I had to read that off. Amazing man, it sounds like. Very inspirational, and I hope to meet him someday. I was really impressed by what he was doing. And so what he caused me to do is start making my bed every day. You see, making your bed, is easy, but like most things, it's easy not to do. And I was always of the mindset of, well, why make my bed? Because I'm just going to get in it later and mess it up and, hopefully mess it up in the day and have a good time. And even when I check into hotels when I'm traveling, speaking, or meeting clients, or just traveling for fun, for one of the first things I do if I stay in a hotel is I take the sheets and I take the corners that are tucked in, I rip them out because I just hate that constraint. I feel like I'm just confined when I'm in that bed that's tucked in. But what I've started doing is after listening to the speech is I started making my bed. Now, here's one of the reasons why. Now, when you make your bed in the morning, it does a couple things. One is you start your day off with one small accomplishment. Now, this one small accomplishment doesn't sound big, but it's this first stepping stone to the rest of your day, right? It's just like if you want to lose weight, right? You don't have to run a marathon. You just need to take a single step. It's the first step along the journey of a successful day. Now, making your bed, I was surprised at how much I felt better walking back into my bedroom. It just looked cleaner, nicer. It just had a better feeling. But also, I was even more surprised is the effect it had on my wife. So we have a newborn, and so we're not sleeping quite as much as we'd like to. So when I come back, I get up at 5:15 in the morning, but when I come back and she's up and I go back and I make the bed, wow, it makes her feel great. It shows her that I'm on the same team as her, helping out around the house. It shows her that there's one small thing that's getting done that allows her to go throughout the day, right? There's so much going on with our newborn, there's so much going on with our lives, and we love to travel and play, so we're always on the go. But having that bed made just makes her feel better, and it makes me feel better. It warms my heart. Now, the Admiral talks about, and I found this to work in my life too, and I'm telling my client to do the same, and I'm giving you the opportunity to try it as well. By making your bed, whatever happens through the day, there's so much going on in the world. I mean, if you watch the news, it's so much negativity. There's wars over here, South Korea, Syria, all over the place. There's flooding in Houston and Florida. It's just, it's mind-boggling, right? But when you make your bed, what happens is by the end of the day, you come back in from that whatever's happening, hopefully your day is glorious, but whatever happened, you come back in and seeing your bed made is a reminder of the accomplishment that you've achieved, right? The small little accomplishment. You're also able to tuck yourself in to a nicely made bed that's already warm and can embrace you and make you feel so good. Now, I still don't tuck my sheets in, but I love the bed being made. And also it's just a reminder of the little things in life to be grateful for. I found this to actually be one of these small little things that I can do, these small little hacks that the Admiral gave me that I can do in my day to just make it a little bit better. And again, if we're going for 1% better every day, that accumulates over time, these little things that we can do. Oftentimes as business owners, we focus on the business so much that other parts of our 5 to Thrive can go away. This is one small thing we can do to have an accomplishment done every day. And even if it's small, and even if you're not trying to have accomplishments, psychologically, that intention, putting your intention forward to being successful or to moving forward really helps. It's amazing. And I invite you to try it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the video of the speech, and I recommend watching the whole speech. I'm going to throw that onto the Author of Your Own Story Facebook community page, and I'm going to ask my team to put this video also on the website so you can see it. I highly encourage you going over. If you're watching this right now, click over, watch the video. You'll get a bunch of other tidbits from the Admiral. He is amazing. If you're listening to this in your car, just remind yourself, go over to the Author of Your Own Story website, find this daily growth hack, and make sure you do it. That's it for me today. Go ahead, make your bed, and reminding you, go out and be the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below, and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.